We got to do a quick update on SoFi stock today, guys. We have to break down the charts, talk about what I'm doing. Am I buying? Am I selling? Am I holding? And we're going to go over where it could be going. Keyword could be going here in the short term because nobody knows exactly where it's going to go, or else we'd all be millionaires, right, guys? So let's just dive into it. We're going to break down SoFi, and maybe we'll talk about some other stocks at the end of the video. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, hit that like button, feel free to subscribe, and of course, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. It is free money. Use that link down below. We'll talk more about that later. And now let's dive into it. So check it out. SoFi stock is up over 0.8% right now, up roughly 5-6-ish cents, right around there. It is now over $6 a share again. And you guys can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute, and we'll break down the larger time frames here in a couple of minutes, guys. You notice here on the small time frame, we took the highs out from the last couple of days. We're actually trading at a multi-day high right now on SoFi as we hit $6.09 about an hour ago. Not even, guys. What time is it now? About 1:45. About an hour ago, we hit $6.09. And since that point, we've been cooling off a little bit, which makes sense considering SoFi stock came running out the gates. Look at this, guys. When the markets opened, this thing was at 590 roughly. It dumped to about 587. Then we had that huge push to about 609, which was a move of around 4%. Now it's just cooling off a little bit, right? It's coming down a little bit, and I would not be surprised if it found support anywhere from, let's say, 602 to about $6 flat, 5.99, which you guys can see yesterday. I butchered that trend line. Let me draw that one again. You guys can see yesterday the main resistance was right around $6.02, 5.99, that little 3-cent window. That's where we failed in the pre-market. You guys see right here, and all day we were failing at 5.99, $6 flat. So now that we're pulling back after we broke out, which is really bullish, now I'm looking to see if we find support anywhere near those highs from yesterday. Again, being about $6, $6.02, right around the 180 SMA here on the intraday chart. That's where I think buyers could be coming back in the very short term here on SoFi. And if we pull up the 20-day chart, what you're noticing is, look at that. We have an ascending triangle. Do you guys see this on SoFi? We've clearly been making higher lows over the last couple of weeks, really since the end of March. So about a month at this point, we've been making these higher lows. You can see here we held 535, we held about 548, we held 560, 570, $5.79, 590, and now we're starting to push towards that 610 level, which you guys can see not only is a high from a couple of days ago, but also from back in the beginning of this month and the end of March. We were failing at around $6.05, 10, 15 cents. So by the looks of it, guys, if this triangle plays out, which now we're testing the top of it right around 610, if we break 610, which is actually where my alert's at, we're probably going to get a huge push towards 625, 630. Maybe it starts breaking out of there. But baby steps, guys, baby steps. We'll see how it plays out, which is why I have my alerts again at 610 for that breakout to 630. And I have an alert at 630 to see if it breaks out of there, because if it does break out of there, we could start going to the highs from, let's see here on the 4-hour chart. Mind you, if we do break that point, we could probably start going towards, let's say, 665. That's a big spot. Let me draw this out to show you guys. 665, 670, $7. That's a big spot as well. That was the high from the beginning of March, right? You see that there. So it could really catch fire, guys, if we do break out of 610, 630. And mind you, guys, I forgot to mention this. We're now slowly creeping above the moving averages on the 4-hour chart here for the first time in months. I mean, look, since really the beginning of, maybe not months, but weeks, since the beginning of March, this is the first time that we've been above the 50 and the 180 SMAs here on the 4-hour chart. So let's see if it continues, guys. Let's see if this momentum continues. Mind you, it's only up 1%, so I mean, it's not that crazy of a green day yet, but it could be exploding any day now if we can hold 6 and break 610, 630. I'm telling you guys, it could get really hot from there. And you all know, I've covered this before, that we have an overarching inverse head and shoulders here on the 4-hour chart. You guys see that? We have the left shoulder right here, the head's right here, and we have the right shoulder right here. Boom. So yeah, I mean, if we do start breaking those levels that I mentioned, that right shoulder could start to play out. We could be going a lot higher than we expect. We'll see. But of course, nothing's guaranteed, guys. Don't just buy this blindly and just hope and pray it's going to go up, because it could easily go down. I mean, it could go either way. You guys know at this point, and I'm not going to be here and be like, oh, it's definitely going to go there. It's definitely going to go there, because I'd be lying. Nobody knows exactly where anything is going, especially here in the stock market, guys. Stock market is it's a wild place. It's a wild place, and anything could happen. So let me break down their earnings that are going to come out in a couple of days here. I believe in a couple of days. Actually, no, 2 weeks roughly from now is when they're reporting, on the first day of May in 2023. Let me pull up the Safari tab, guys. Bear with me so we can see what their projections are. Let's see here. Mind you, right now, SoFi stock, guys, is a market cap, or has a market cap. Let me see here. I think of 5.65 billion bucks. You guys see that right here. The beta is a 1.66, which means it is way more volatile than the overall market, which, we all know that. That's not a surprise. So the beta is very high. EPS is negative 40 cents for the last 12 months, so they're not profitable. Makes sense. And let's see here. Average volume, 35 million. That's not that relevant right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't have a PE ratio because, well, they don't have earnings. They're not profitable. Their price to sales, though, I'm actually curious. Let me see that. Because usually if a company's not profitable, you can look at price to sales instead of price to earnings, right? And in this case, price to sales is a 3.4, which is actually not as high as I thought it would be. But it makes sense considering the stock price has gotten hammered. So at one point, it was a lot higher. The price to sales was probably maybe a 10 at some point, maybe more than that. I don't even know. But right now, 3.4, not bad. You know, that's not bad considering SoFi is a growth company. It looks like last quarter it was 2.87, 3.3 before that, 3.35 before that, 5.05 about a year ago. So you can see about a year ago, the price of sales was a lot higher. But overall, 3.4, not too bad. One would argue, some would argue that it is very high, but I don't think it's that bad considering the growth that SoFi offers. And in terms of their upcoming earnings, guys, look at this. Based on 12 analysts, average EPS, the average estimate is negative 7 cents. You guys see that right there. The low estimate is negative 9 cents, and we have the high estimate at negative 2 cents. And a year ago, they lost roughly 14 cents on the quarter. So either way, guys, whether it's the high, the low, the average, they're looking to lose money this quarter based on the 12 analysts that, well, analyzed SoFi stock. And a year ago, they lost negative 14 cents, like I said, which that's a good sign because, look, now they're going to be losing, whether it's negative 2, negative 9, negative 7, still better than what they lost a year ago. So they're getting closer and closer to that, consistent profitability. Hopefully. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it ends up panning out. And when it comes to revenue, guys, the average estimate is 441 million. The low estimate is 430 million. The high estimate is 466 million. And you guys can see here, a year ago, their sales were $321 million, which that would be growth of around 37%, depending on what the number actually comes in at. Either way, whether it's 35, 40% growth, that is very good growth year over year. And again, that's why the price to sales ratio is a little bit higher than you might like. I don't know, depending on who is watching this video. But either way, they're growing. The stock's been destroyed, and at this point, there could be some value in this as a long-term investment, which we're not really going to break down in this video. I'm mostly looking at it as a trade, but you can't argue the fact that price of sales is not that bad. The stock's been destroyed. They're getting close to profitability. Maybe there's some value there. We shall see, guys. We shall see. So again, if we're looking at this as a short-term trade, we have to watch out what happens on the 4-hour chart with this inverse head and shoulders. What happens on the 20-day chart with that ascending triangle? Do we break 610, 630? If we do, again, like I said, guys, there could be a lot more upside on SoFi towards, these levels that we haven't been at since March, February, where it was trading anywhere from $7.50, $8. There could be a lot more upside, guys. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo using that link down below. Guys, listen, once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And if you deposit at least $1,000, guys, listen to this, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. And of course, it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys. As always, use that link down below. Again, let me know what stocks you get. And don't forget to check out my Patreon. And if you want 12 more stocks, the Webull link is down there as well. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.